coming to you at with a leveling guide. This is a long process, so we decided to go ahead and finish up the 30-day challenge, get Bitcoins off of that. So we're gonna finish this up now, and then we will go over what we did, and then we will set up for the next event. Will be Rocky Lake, which will do the same thing, go 30 days there, and this will be our foundation to keep us from buying things and going broke. This will give us enough funds to do so, enough Bitcoins to do so, and let's get to it. Alright, as you see, we're going to a 30-day. I do not know if this changes on the 30 or after you get through the 30. So we're gonna fill up this 4-pound, 4 ounces. I guess 4 ounces, 4.4 pounds. But that is what I've used for the full amount of the 30 days. I went ahead and did up to 29 days. So once we change the time here, we'll see if we get the challenge completed, and then we'll go from there. After that, we'll leave the lake and set up for the next part, which will be Rocky Lake. So we're here right now. This is daytime. Get out there, and normally around 2:50 when we leave. So it looks like we're going to have to fish this 4 pounds first. So what we've done is at level 4 or 5, I can't remember which, you're pretty much going to have to leave and change your rod and change your reel, get a 4 off hook, and not a 4 off, but a number 4 hook. And this will help keep the smaller ones, because we're shooting for the most XP we can. I have found out from trial and error that a bass gives no more XP or credits than does a trophy crappie. So we'll finish this up, and then we'll go over that stuff here shortly. This is the one spot that you go to after you change your rod, and after that I never leave this lake. Like you see, we're on day 30, and I believe after we go to the next day, then we will achieve that last challenge. And we've had several challenges. Alright, see how I can pretty easily bring them in. The only reason I changed the rod is for the bass. I had a bass that hit, and what we were using was the initial rod and reel that goes with the introduction, and so we had to change that because the bass was really hard to get in, and I was afraid it'd tear up the rod so much that it'd break before I got to the 30, so that's why we changed it up. Hopefully we get a couple trophies here. Right now we're just getting small ones, but it goes pretty quick. It doesn't really take that long. I didn't even look at my chat. Sorry about that, guys. I have a bad habit of being focused on one thing. And I just basically fish this spot, and it doesn't die down. I did figure something out that you do not want to try on a cloudy day at 5 p.m. Whenever you see the high peak on 5 p.m., avoid it at all costs, because it's gonna be hard. The fish bite rate will go down real low. So you want morning, afternoon, or high peak night. Those are the best times to have a high rate of catching these fish. And what we're doing is we're targeting crappie, red deer, and bass if it happens to show up like right crappie. See, we got 17. That's a good XP for this lake. That's about what well, if it was bigger, the red deer will pull, if it was a trophy, it would pull out 42 just as a bass. So red deer sunfish is probably your best XP at Lonestar. Now some people might not agree and go after the bass, but it's time consuming, and I have found out that on some of these panfish I can get just as much. With just sticking to the panfish. We are just under 28K right now because of the way I've done this. And we'll go over it more with more detail here shortly. Those blacktail shiners ain't helping us. But I noticed that I've gotten multiple. I usually get 2 trophies per day. Sometimes I only get 1. But I've had some nice fish. No globals, unfortunately. I figured I'd at least get 1, but that didn't happen. Got another one on. Hopefully this goes pretty quick. That's a bigger one. Alright, crappie. And you notice there, we just leveled up again. I knew we would. We are going to, it says 12. Is it going to 12 or is it going to 13? Well, let's see. Now we're going to level 12. So I always look through this, see what stuff I can buy now. 2 rod stand out. Yeah, I don't want to waste my time on that stuff. Nothing. Hooks useful. That's what the bait coins are good for. It'll pop up. I hate that. Alright, we're at 2.3. Might get a couple more and that'd be it. But we've used red worms the whole time. I think we started bread for the tutorial, and after the tutorial we went to the pile that's there to the left across the bridge, and after that I think we bought about 600 red worms, and that was only because we were trying to do the 30-day challenge, and we've gotten quite a few challenges, so that's why we got so many bait coins. I've been to higher levels and I ain't had this many bait coins, and I haven't even attempted to do the what do they call it, the trash, clean up the trash challenges. I got 1, but I still have to do level 2 and 3, so we'll have to come back and do those. Those turtles that just pop up on the lily pad about irritating. I like make it look more real, you would think. Like I'm plunging into water. I was doing a Halloween event, and was it Congo or? Yeah, I think it was Congo. Alright, another big one. Oh, bluegill, I hate those things. So we're going to get a head start on our level 12. And I just fish until I fill up the keep net, which is not much. It's only 4 pounds. Did not go out and change that. I only bought the least that I had to buy. So we're at 3. So we need about 1.3 left to finish. And as you see, we're getting bites left and right. We're not having to reel in and catch one and then throw it out there and reel it in and not get nothing. And that's kind of how I see the bass part of this. Black Shiner, that's a new one. Wonder if he's a record. I wouldn't think so. I think they're 551 on the records. Let's see. Lonestar. Why they put Lonestar in the middle, I'll never know. Was that a blacktail shiner? I don't know. 395 is the lowest one. What did I get? A 392. So I just missed getting on the globals. Believe it or not, after 30 days, I did not hit one global. Not one. Let's go in here. We need about a little over. Probably 2 more fish will do it. Unless we get a big one here. Decent size. It's gonna be close. Yep. We need about a half a pound. And that will be the end of day 30. So let's see. Hate to see these others struggling. I try to help them out when I can, but you know, everybody's got their way. But what I'm trying to do is build a foundation, a buffer, so you don't run out of money, so you have the things that you want to do. If you want to go to a feeder rod, I can do that now because I didn't leave at level 8. Most people jump to Emerald Lake and then they spend $3,000 to get there, and then if something messes up, then they're out of luck. Looks like I gotta hit another one. Thought I was gonna get that last one. Should have been one. So this will be the last one. Definitely. This 4-hook helps with the getting the bigger fish. Alright. This should put us over the load. Another shiner. The shiners usually only give you 4 XP. And as you see, they're not using, let's pull that up, no multipliers at this lake. When we go to the other lakes, there'll be multipliers. But on this one, there's not. But the reason why I've targeted the red deer is because it usually averages around 17 XP. At the lower levels, like 5, 6, 7, things went pretty quick. And then once it got up a little bit higher, then things slowed down. But I wanted to make sure I went the whole 30 way, and that should give us enough cash for the next what I call a foundation lake. I've got 2 foundation lakes. I'm gonna go 30 days on both of them, and then from there on I will just grind normally. So this is a grind either way. Alright, so we filled it up. Now we are going to go to the next day, which will be here, day 31, which is morning. That's a good time to fish. It should give us, yep, there it is. We got our bobber X series level 3, and we got 5 bait coins. So that's where we're going to stop here. Not the stream, but we're going to go over a few things here. Alright, so you see that I used red worms. It's down to 6, so basically you're going to get some out of the pile. You're going to need about 600. You see, basically 600. And I've got to check. I think it was level 4 or 5 is when I changed rods. And the rod I used, I went to a Telefloat 21-3. It's 2 to 6 pounds. And at the time when I got this wind cast, it was I could only go up to a 4.9 drag. It was 2 point. So I went up to a 4.9. We went with a wind cast because of that. And so we had to go with a braided line. That was the closest I could get to the 4.9. We kept the same bobber. Of course, we went out and got the hook. And these hooks are only, I think, 75. So, I mean, ain't nothing. Same thing as this. My price might be, maybe the worms were 75, but these have been real good for the re-deer at the spot I did. If I went to the first spot, then, and I can show those keepers. And as you see, we stayed at one lake, and we managed to pull in 43 bait coins and 29,000. So you see how that's helpful for you. I'm gonna go back out because I want to show you guys the points that I have. All right, this is gonna be your first one. Of course, it's gonna take you well, near there, to fish tutorial. When you finish the tutorial, then this will be your first point that you're going to fish. You can actually get buffalo there, but their XPs are a lot lower. I've found out the red deer, the crappie, and occasionally if you get a bass, but you're not going to get crappie in this spot here. There's actually a spot maybe here and maybe up here, around here somewhere. But I found out that this spot, this little hole right here in front of the pads, have been my best spot. I just throw there and I just bang, 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 bang. As you seen, they were coming left and right. So those are the marks that I had. Let me pull that up so you can see it. You can pause it if you want to and put that down. This is going to be really helpful for people just starting. And here's our marks for when we first start. Now once you change rods, like I said, this is the mark you want to go to. And the reason why you don't want to go here with the tutorial rod is because sometimes bass will bite and they will be hard to pull in. So use this mark. Once you are able, have the money to get the rod, and I will come up with the amount once I leave this lake and we start doing setup, and I'll give you the amounts for the setup that I have on hand. But let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, you fish over there until you finish the tutorial, and if you finish there and then you get enough money to get this rod, reel, and bait, and because I don't think it's much cheaper. We'll have to see, because here the bait is, let's pull that up. Bait is 75 for 25. So I'm spending $150, $300, $600 for, what was it? No, I had more than that. I got 300. So I did what is it? 300 pop. So $600 is what I spent on enough to do 30 days. So, and the other thing I didn't do, I did not change. I still have the same 4 pound fish head that I had. We're going to change that. But I think that's basically it. That spot right there, as you can see. We threw right here in front of this lily pad. I went over here, it was okay, but right here it seems to hit a little bit better. So, I mean, you can try it the way you want to, but as you see, it worked out in our favor. Oops. Because we got 43 bait coins and we got 29,000. So, we are going to leave. And a good thing, the reason why I went to 30 days is because of the no cost to move the time. Now, next lake we will have to worry about that and hit times, and I'm thinking either bottom or I'm thinking float again. I may use the same setup, just change the reel. We'll just have to see. So we're gonna leave here. I wonder if I thought maybe it would show the whole trip. Look at all these that I finished, and I didn't even try, just by going the 30 days. So we ended up with 3,000 XP and 7,000 in money. All right, we want to go look and see the. Yeah, we'll fix that. Not that we'll use it again. All right, let's go back to our inventory to the telefloat. So I'll go into rods, telescopic rods, and this is the one we got. So that is 1650. I need to record that. I think here I got this on a spreadsheet, and I always like to write that down. Alright, and then the reel that we picked up. Oh, we need to go back and see what level you can do that. That was level 4. And the reel was at level 5. Let's see, backpack, wind cast. Is that the one we had? That's at level 5. Yeah, wind cast. Okay, so that's what we did. Is we used the wind cast. So basically, I would wait until level 5, change your rods, and then change your spot. And now I got to record the reel. So let's look up this reel again. And it looks like it was 1150. I'll record that. 1150. Put that in parentheses. Working on this power up guide. And then our hook. Whoops. Even it does that. And our hook, 4 hook was, where's that term? Was a simple hook. And the 4 hook is at level 3. But like I said, I wouldn't come out until level 5, where you can just do all of this at once and then start your 30-day trial, your 30-day trip. So it cost us $60. So I need to record that real quick. $60. All right. And the depth that we had, I should have showed you. I think I could show you here. Our depth was at 20 inches. I'm not sure what that is in kilometers. I might change that later. Oh, braid. We did get a braid. So let's see what that charge was on that. Because that was the only thing I could find that was 4 pounds. So that was that one, I believe. believe it was. I don't think I bought that one. It's the same thing basically. These two here are basically the same. So at level 6, so with that in mind, you need to probably wait. I said 5, so looking at that, wait till level 6 so that you're not going out and then in. And it's not really going to cost you anything. You could go back out, but you're going to interrupt your 30 days. You're not going to get your 30 days done as quick. You should be able to do it quicker than I did. So we're going to say that this one was 420. I could be wrong because we didn't have to throw it far. It's a It's just the telly rod. Make sure I put this down. Alright, so the next thing, of course you're going to move. I don't know why it does that. I'm used to just Excel. Just move. Okay, the bait, check for worms on the pile near the bridge, which that's part of the tutorial. And then buy red worms at the lake shop while you're at the lake. Don't come out and buy it. You can get it cheaper, obviously. The baits, let's see, insect baits, you can get it cheaper that way, but you're not hurting yourself. It's only 75. It's not twice as much. It's like a quarter more. So it's not really going to make a difference because you're only buying, what? What are we buying? 100? Probably 200 is what you're pretty much buying. And buy whenever you need to. So I've already told you our target fish was crappie, bass, and red deer, greenfish. They give we're looking for a 17 XP is what we're looking at. So to those that don't know it, press F11 to cast. Go through the tutorial. Once you finish one of the markers provided till you reach, we said I got listed 4 or 5, but I think I'm going to change that to 6 and use all bait red worm on a number 4 hook. You will need a better rod, and that's at level 6. Then fish halfway on the bridge and face towards the multiple lily pads. I also provided you guys and the spreadsheet with those markers. And this will give you enough money for the next step, plus a little cushion in case you need it. You will need to buy red worms once you run out. No need to leave at this point. Use the shop from the lake. Use all your bait before going to the next step. Fish only in peak daytimes. Now, I've got daytimes. However, whenever you find a peak at 5 o'clock p.m., it'll be cloudy. You'll want to go to night. And you also, something I didn't mention, go ahead and buy the advanced license. It's like for the day. I think it's like 400. I'm not positive. But definitely want to buy that so that you can fish at night. And at the start, I didn't fish at night, and I made that mistake. I probably could have got done quicker. So don't make the same mistake I did. And do the challenges. Like you see, we got 43 bait coins, and I started from level 1 now. I didn't start in the middle. I started from level 1, and when I finished my 30 days, I ended up being at level 12. So, and like I said, I did this on a 1 day. I did this in 1 day, so I only needed 1 fishing license. And so now we're gonna shop for our next gear. So I want to get my catalog out here and see what I want to buy. You know, I'm thinking at my next event, and I still ain't there yet. I thought I was. Are you kidding me? It should be there. There it is. It's right there in front of me. Grasshoppers. And we're going 30 days. So I am going to buy. Let's see. I'm going to say I'm going to buy 200 of those. Okay. I'm going to look at their reels because I know I need a reel. And if I stick to the 6 pounds, that's what I'm wanting to do, is see if I can max it out to 6 pounds. There's 5.75. That's 6.4. If I get that one, then I'm going to have to upgrade. But I'm hoping I can, if I buy that one, but then I'd have to change rods to another spinning rod. You know, it'd be a match rod, I think. And that's 3 to 6 pounds. The biggest thing is neural. That's 5 to 11. I don't know if I want to see Rocky, and then I think Emerald or spin reels. I think with Rocky, I think I'm going to stick with what I got. Funds should be good, but I think I am going to upgrade to the right under the Callisto for 2,300. Buy it, and then I'll have to buy line, I believe. I said we did it. Hopefully we didn't make a mistake doing that, but you see this goes up 6 pounds, so that's the best we could do. So we'll move this to there, but then we got to upgrade our line. Do we have a look there, we got a 6 pound line there already ready, but it says it's too strong because it's 5.75. So we technically, if we can find a line that's 5 pounds, let's see, what's this, 3 pounds? I don't want to use bait coins. We got 8, 6, 6, 6. Alright. So, and that was mono. Let's see, lines for floral. We got 8 pounds there. We don't want to use any bait coins. That's 8. And let's look at braid. Braid cuts down your, here's a 5.5. That would probably work, but I'm not using bait coins. There's 4. We're looking for the 5. Can we get a 5? No. There's a 6. There's a 6. And that's it. So it looks like 6 is probably what we're going to do. And I'm going to use this floral here. 6 pound test. And we're hopefully this is going to work out for us. We're going to leave it at 2 inches, but we're going to change the bait. But what I want to do is look at adding some stuff here. We got 25,000 still. I'm going to shop keep nets, and we can actually go up to a 26 pounder. So we're going to buy one of those. Tackle boxes. I think chum chest was the one I was going to go with. Chum chest. Yeah. Okay. And rod cases. There's a triple case. and there's a 2 case. 3 would give us an option to take a rod and reel. Debating 1,029. Let's just go ahead and buy the triple case. That'll help us out. Alright, tools and equipment. We've got Waste Coast. We can go with the Comfort Cannon at 7-2, but I think I was going to wait until I got to the 15 at level 20. So we're going to wait on that. Rod stands. I'm not going. I think it was the green. Where is the green? Mono, rod, power, slingshot, green pod. Because these are sticks, these are feet, and that only holds one, so that's not. So we're gonna wait to level 24 for that. Polarized glasses, no. To me, they don't make no sense. We got lines, terminal tackle. Alright, to improve our... I think we are going to use our bait coins. And I think I am going to try a number 4. I'm going to buy 1. I'm going to buy a 2. Or I want to jump to a 1. I think I want to jump to a 1. One there. And we're going to buy this later, so we might as well just go ahead and hit it. So I got those. Trying to decide whether... Let's look at our inventory. See, we have a place for 3 rods. But there's no rod stand, so at this point I don't think I'm going to try and use it. I think what we got, let me look over here and catalog and see what, there's some things I was going to get and some things I was going to wait on. More cost effective. Rod stands, going to wait on that, yeah. Eventually we'll have to get a kayak, but that's between 2,000 and we're about out. So we are, I think, set up hopefully for Rocky Lake. So let's go to Rocky Lake, and we get a discount for going there. That's a good thing. So I don't know if I want to buy a license or not, because this is going to be a second part. So I think we'll cut it off there. That way we can see how things are done. I want a streamer. And this message. Wonder how you block them. That chat is just gets on my nerves. When people come in like that, click to reply. I don't know if I can do it from here. I can do it from Twitch, I'm sure. So with that, we're all set up for Rocky Lake, and don't know if we'll be able to do it tomorrow. Maybe be able to do a little bit Sunday. Might have to split it off. I don't think the license is going to cost us much. The license $600. No big deal. We're $1,570, and we got 20,000 left after we bought everything. So I'm anxious to see how Rocky Lake's going to turn out as far as bait coins and just the bite rate. I have a couple spots for that. So we'll be looking forward to that. So we'll just give you something to look forward to, and if you're interested in this series, that just go ahead and hit follow, and then that will send you a message that I'm going live, and then you'll get to see the second phase. And after we do the second phase, then we'll start moving quicker. But we want to extend and make a foundation with Lonestar and Rocky Lake. We're making a foundation in cash and credit and trying to get the most XP we can out of it. And I know Rocky Lake's a little bit higher. It's almost close to Emerald Lake. So I don't even know if we'll go to Emerald Lake. We might skip Emerald Lake, end up somewhere else. So we will just see how this plays out. Level 12, so I need to change that on the spreadsheet. But hope you've enjoyed these helpful tips. And whether you agree with them or you disagree with them, I get it. It is what it is. But just from my research, this seemed to be the best way to offset messing up going to a lake and not having enough cash to go back. And then you end up back at Lonestar. So why not come up with a way that we can just grind Lonestar, grind Rocky Lake, and put us in a good position so we can keep going forward instead of having to backtrack, which is, I had the same problem. I know how it feels. So at this time, we're going to bring this to an end. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to going to the next series at Rocky Lake. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you soon.